everyone.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nerdwolf, and welcome to Nerdword Does a Zelda Month video, where essentially we're going to talk about all of the games in the Zelda timeline. We're going to review them. Now, Hunter here hasn't played all the games, but you can
I've
forgive him for
played
that.
a lot.
You've
I've
played
played a
like
lot.
3.
No, I've played 4.
Well, anyway.
But
So we're going to
I-
go through each game in the timeline, and we're going to talk about them and how much we like them. Spoiler warning for the games.
But
Yeah.
also, I just want everyone to know I am still playing the games, and I will eventually have played all of them. And hopefully by next year we can do this again, and I'll have played at least
Oh
most
yeah,
of them.
that's pretty smart. All right, Zelda Month 2016. We'll probably have Zelda U and everything. Awesome. So let's start with. Well, we're going by timeline here. Skyward Sword. Did you ever play
That
Skyward
was the
Sword?
first? No, I did not.
First in the timeline.
I watched a few streams of it though.
Yeah. Okay. Essentially, what happens in Skyward Sword is, well, Link is awakened by a dream of a demon that he's having. So he wakes up and then he goes to meet his friend Zelda, and they're actually close friends, and it's really sweet, the character development in it. And essentially, a big storm takes her down to the underworld. So Link has to go on a big adventure chasing her all through the underworld until they end up back at the place.
Yeah, but
And then he gets her and it's saved.
with
And-
the few boss battles and the random flying around the worlds that I saw, it was actually really pretty.
Oh yeah,
And-
it's beautiful, man. The boss fights are a lot of fun.
But one thing that the game did have was a lot of bad reviews.
It had a lot of bad reviews because it went from Twilight Princess to that one. It's just give it time, is all I'm saying. Look what happened with Wind Waker. It was really hated at first because it was so cartoony and people disliked the fact that a cartoony nature meant it was for kids, but in all reality it wasn't. And they overcorrected themselves with Twilight Princess, but they ended up doing
Really well.
Yeah. They ended up doing Skyward Sword, which was kind of a mix between the cel-shaded and the more realistic graphics. And honestly, I think it's one of the best ones so far. They really give a personality to every character. And I feel like it's more than they've done.
In
But-
Skyward Sword.
Yeah. I feel like Zelda U's gonna blow it out of the water, though. Blow it out of the sky, more like.
Oh, we're getting it too, which is amazing.
What is? We're getting what?
Oh, the new Zelda game.
Yeah.
We're gonna play it, and it's gonna be cool, and we're gonna
Yeah.
have 3DS fun.
Not on the 3DS.
Well, I'm gonna be playing it on the 3DS.
It doesn't come out for the 3DS.
Which one are we playing on the 3DS? Dang it.
Oh, Triforce Heroes.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. No,
Yeah.
shush.
There's no way to record that though right now. Anyway, so the next game in the timeline is, believe it or not, Minish Cap, which is actually an ongoing series right now. If you want to go check that out, I've got a lot of episodes. I'm kind of nearing the end of the game, but you can go check that out. It's pretty nice. It's fun. It's stuff. It's not that
I've-
good, but it's good. It's all right.
I've watched 5 episodes, and those are the ones you forced me to watch.
All right, I'll be blunt. It's not my best series, but I do have a lot of fun doing it, and I say some witty stuff sometimes.
One thing that threw me off about the game was just when I was watching it was I didn't like the tiny aspect of it. Where
Really?
you go all shrinky and tiny. Yeah.
How's that?
It just didn't seem right, having someone shrink to literally the size of like
So you're not gonna like Ant-Man?
oh, the movie?
Yeah.
I already seen it.
And?
It was a pretty good movie.
But you didn't
But-
like the shrinking.
I didn't like the shrinking.
All right, so you have a thing against shrinking. What about not Ant-Man, but the Atom?
I never saw that.
Oh, okay. Never mind. All right, so the next game in the timeline is actually Four Swords, one that I played,
played
a long
Four
time
Swords.
ago.
Mhm.
Oh, finally.
You played
a
it on
game.
my GameCube.
What? No, that was Four Swords Adventures, and I had that one too. That's actually a different game. Four Swords came out for the Game Boy, the Game Boy
Oh.
Advance, and it was their
Actu-
first attempt at a co-op. But I mean, the little cables that you had to get to connect them all was really a
Ridiculous.
pain to get, and they weren't anywhere.
Dude, uh, the GameCube re-release of it, where you had to get the
It's not
GameCube
a
or
re-release; it's a different game.
it is?
Yep.
That is stupid.
Yep. Anyway, so the next game, and a big one, Ocarina of Time.
Which I'm playing.
And you're having a good time, right?
I hate it. No, I think you ruined the experience.
I
With
don't
just you
know.
being there.
Beatboxing Navi seems to really enhance the experience.
Beatboxing Navi. I love beatboxing Navi. Like, I hate it at the time, while it's going on. It's just
Yeah.
like frustrating to have you do it. But looking back on it, I really do enjoy beatboxing Navi, at least being there.
Yeah. It makes you feel not as lonely.
Exactly. And I feel lonely in that game.
The thing I feel strongest about Ocarina of Time is the aspect of you grow up in the forest and everything seems so small, but once you actually leave the forest, everything is huge, amazingly vast. I mean, not as like as a kid, not now.
Dude, like in the game, it starts you off in this small enclosed area, and then there's this huge open land that you can explore and do whatever in, and
Yeah.
which is really amazing for a GameCube game to be able to
No, it was
load that big of-
N64.
Well, yeah, back then too. How did
Yeah.
it load all of that?
Well, I mean, on the original N64 cartridge, I think they were giving like a maximum of about 500 megs, maybe less. So they
Be
didn't
sure
have
that-
much to work with. Actually, Majora's Mask was planned to be just an expansion for Ocarina of Time, and they were going to use the extension for the N64 called the 64DD, which essentially just put a disc reader on the bottom of the thing, so you put in the disc, and it was like an
Mhm.
expansion.
That's amazing.
But they scrapped it because in development it looked bigger than it was.
Hmm.
You know, Majora's Mask, which is one we're not really gonna cover quite. Well, you know what? That was a nice transition. I like that. We're gonna go from Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask, which is
that
actually.
the next of the...
Well,
Is
it's
it?
the next in the hero is triumphant timeline where he stays as a child.
Oh. Oh, because there's that whole 3 split timeline thing.
Yes, and this is the middle timeline.
Yeah. All right.
So in Majora's Mask, actually, one of the best things about the development of the game is it was actually a challenge to do it in under 10 months. In between employees, they were like, "I bet you can't develop a game in 10 months," and they were like, "I bet I can." And then
But-
they did.
As I actually played it as an 8-year-old.
I
I
didn't
don't
get very
remember-
far very.
Yeah,
mean,
I didn't get very far, but I did play it, and that was something that was stressful. That stressed me out and kind of turned me away from the game.
That's what turned a lot of people away was the time mechanic.
I was scared that I was gonna fail, and I was just like,
But
nope.
people misjudge the size of the consequences. There really are none. I mean,
Yeah.
well, that early game, there are if you do let yourself die later. But I mean, after you get the Ocarina of Time and play the Song of Time, you can go back in time, and then you'll have enough time to beat the time.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of stressed me out as a kid. I was like, oh gosh, I have to do this in 3 days? And I was like, the time is ticking fast in game, and I didn't
Yeah,
honestly
every
think I could
second was a
complete-
minute.
As a kid, I didn't have much time to play.
Right.
Games.
It's one of those games that you have to sit down and like charge through.
Yeah, and I was like scared as a kid. I was like, I barely get enough time to play in the real world. I was taking real world time into game time. I was like, I'm never gonna be able to complete this.
Oh. Yeah.
So,
One of the things
dumb.
about Majora's Mask that they tried to do again was how Majora's Mask was dark, but in a different tone than Twilight Princess. The thing about Twilight Princess is the darkness
Ash.
was actually dark. Like,
Ash.
it was hard to see. Wait, what about Ash?
Ash.
Well, what
And
about
more
Ash?
ash. And more ash. Everywhere you went in the darkness, there was ash.
Gotta catch 'em
And then
all, gotta
guess what?
catch 'em all.
Gotta catch all the ashes.
Yeah, no,
It burns.
you played that game.
hmm
Did you beat it all the way through?
I got about to halfway point.
Ah,
actually.
come on, dude.
I'm sorry.
You beat Wind Waker, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure you've beat at least one. Ugh. Anyway.
Sorry.
So, Twilight Princess. I gotta say, a lot of people didn't like the wolf mechanic, but I
I loved it.
actually did. Yeah.
I think we just love wolves in general, which is
Yeah.
our problem.
That's
But
actually one
the-
of the main ideas I got for Nerd Wolf, because that's what got me into wolves.
Was the Twilight Princess mechanic.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And you can, like, I don't tell many people this, but I drew inspirations from wolf being that, and I spelled wolf the way Beowulf is written in Old English, which means bear.
hmm
But at the time, I thought it actually meant
Which-
wolf.
Yeah, at the time, no one realized Beowulf is a bear. Everyone thinks he turns into a wolf. No, it's a bear.
It's the bear.
It's a bear. Guys.
Can you imagine Twilight Princess? He turns into a bear.
And like he doesn't get control over anything.
How
he does
cute would it be if he turned into a bunny?
Not effective. He gets
But
nothing
adorable.
done. But adorable.
Or
like-
what if he's the rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail? With his sharp, pointy teeth. Please tell me you've seen that.
No.
Are you serious? Alright, I know
Everyone
what I'm doing next
always-
time I come over.
Everyone always talks about Monty Python and the Holy Grail being one of the most amazing movies of all time. I have never seen it.
It is. I have it. We're gonna watch it, alright?
All right.
God, you just didn't experience life before I came into it.
Dude, like
Alright,
I don't
so
think seeing
I think
this
I finished
movie-
up the child timeline.
But,
No, Four Swords Adventures, actually,
wait,
is at the end of that
wait,
timeline.
But before we go through this, why is it? I don't think my life would have ended if I didn't see this movie.
Yes, it would have. I mean, it's gonna end
Yes,
anyway, but it's gonna end better because you've seen the movie.
I don't think so.
I think it will. Anyway, so you'll thank me. Trust me.
All right, I'm
So-
trusting you.
The next game is Four Swords Adventures.
I got you stuck on movies.
Stop it. Four Swords Adventures is one that I actually played a lot, and I didn't beat until more of my recent years, actually. I only had one person because to even play two-player, you had to have two of those cables. I had two Game Boys Advances. Ooh, which reminds me.
Ooh.
For my 6th
still?
birthday, I got a second Game Boy Advance, in addition to my first one. So
I was there.
I turned to my, no, you weren't. I turned to my dad and went, "Now all we need's a hooker," because I wanted to hook them together to play games together. But I mean, that's not something you want to yell at a 6-year-old birthday party. I mean, it's fine if you're the 6-year-old, but I'd advise not doing that at a 6-year-old birthday party. Now
But
all
you
we need
go
is
to-
some hookers.
I'm just cracking up over the idea of this old man just walks in, and all we need now is some hookers. And then the little kid turns to the dad. Dad, what are hookers?
It's what connects the Game Boy Advances, son.
What are you talking about, Mr. Evans? I'm talking about hookers. Dad, what are hookers?
Hey, look, a sky.
Oh, look, a sky.
Memories.
Why didn't we ever post that?
We did. It's on our Facebook. Hey, I have a joke for you. What do you
What?
call breasts that are reminiscing about their pastime? They're living through their memories.
You should see the face of just disappointment.
Oh, come on. I thought that one was pretty good.
You could have done better.
Aw. Man, I'm disappointed. All right.
At yourself or me?
Yeah, myself. All right, so the next game in the timeline. Voice crack. There are no more games in the middle timeline, which is the one where he stays as a kid in Ocarina of Time. Now, do you want to do the adult timeline next, or the one where he dies?
Death.
All right, so the one where the hero dies. The next game is A Link to the Past, which is kind of weird. I didn't see those going together very well. I have only beat A Link to the Past once, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're the Zelda nerd and you're supposed to like beat every game 20 times. What
I
the
mean,
frick?
it's not one of my favorites.
What are you doing with your life?
I didn't grow up with it. I grew up with Ocarina of Time.
What are you doing with
I
your
know,
life?
I know, it's one of the classics, but man, I could say the same thing about you.
I'm not the Zelda nerd. Again, I said you're the Zelda nerd. What are you doing with your life?
Doing Zelda month on YouTube.
Loser.
Well then.
Dang it, I'm here too.
Ooh, you know what I'll do for the thumbnail? Not just the thumbnail, but for like the video. I'm gonna have a picture of us with Link hats.
Oh, that would be awesome. Dude,
Yeah.
where the frick is this video?
What
It's
vi-
not here.
What video?
The puppets.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the first things I posted.
No, it's not here.
It's there. Anyway, the next game in the series, or games actually, is Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons.
I've heard of those.
So you never played them? I grew up with Seasons and Ages, but I could never have them at the same time for some reason. Like, I had both the games, just when I found one, I lost the other one. I played the crap out of Seasons, but Ages I lost when I was like 12.
Ages ago.
That was stupid.
It's just like your memories joke.
Shut up. All right. So, yeah, Oracle of Seasons, I feel, was good, but Ages was just time consuming. It took ages.
Ages.
I'm sorry, I'm just a seasoned veteran of Zelda.
Like paprika?
uh,
No.
oh,
Don't laugh, Corbin. You're stupid.
but I like my jokes. We're getting boring. Anyway, so Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages. They're pretty good. 10 out of 10.
Alrighty, now we go to the adult.
Nope.
Because I'm tired of all this death talk.
No, he dies. So the next one in the timeline is Link's Awakening. I actually really like this game. It's weird and doesn't take place in Hyrule. It takes place on an island called Koholint, where you have to wake up a weird rainbow windfish that's actually a whale. But to do it, you have to go inside of its egg and fight all the monsters. Does it sound like I'm making this up? Because I'm not.
It sounds like you're making it up.
I'm not. You can look it up.
You can look it up.
I'm not going to. I mean, I just told you the story. Why would I look it up?
You can look it up.
Anyway, it was one of the games I was actually planning on doing for my channel, like after Minish Cap. But I thought, actually gonna roll with one of the newer ones. Maybe Twilight Princess next.
I love rolling.
Rolling on the river.
Rolling on the river.
So the next game of the timeline is The Legend of Zelda. The original. And it might not
What?
be the best for story, being as mistranslated as it is, but it is actually really fun because it gives you a sense of, all right, you're here, go. On your mark, get set, old man, go.
And then like that's the end of the story.
No,
There is no
yeah, I mean,
story.
you just go in between the dungeons. I mean, if you find dungeon 4 before you find dungeon 1, I mean, that's fine, because, you can just do it, and it doesn't matter. But it doesn't tell you if it matters, because it doesn't tell you if you need items from one dungeon to go to the other dungeon, because even though they're numbered, they don't exactly have the best sense of telling you where to go to get the things for the stuff.
It's basically a self-exploration trial and
It's
error,
what they're making Zelda U.
which
They're-
scares me.
They're pulling a lot from Zelda 1, where you can just go to any dungeon. I feel like they'll do a better job of telling you if you'll need certain items.
You need to go to the house under the hill in order to get this item.
It's not gonna
And you'll be
tell
like,
you.
the heck is the house under the hill?
What
I'm
happens
standing in-"
what happens if Zelda U is the first Zelda game with actual voice acting?
There was some with actual voice acting, but we don't speak.
We
of
don't
those.
speak of those. You threw my train of thought clear across the room.
And then I stomped on it and then injected it with horrible acid.
Now it's just tripping. Train, why you be tripping?
Because it's the train of love.
Okay, so the next game in the timeline is Zelda 2. I have
Okay.
beaten this one.
I
Not
played
gonna.
an emulator.
I'm not gonna
online.
say I did it without looking at a guide.
Is it really that hard?
It's that hard that I needed a guide.
Well, you're not a good gamer, so.
It doesn't matter. Zelda games I can always do without a guide. I got Majora's Mask 100% without a guide. Try it.
Majora's Mac. Majora's Mac. Majora's Mask 100% without guide.
Yeah. All hearts, all collectibles, all masks. Yep. All side quests. No guitar, we're podcasting. We only have 3 more games and then we do our big rack up session.
And do you know what the wrap up session will be?
A rap.
No.
Oh.
Would
Would you rather?
you? Yeah. It's
Except it'll be Zelda themed.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's up? Would.
Alright. I don't think
I'm
they
getting
exist.
prepared. Don't worry.
Alright, so the next game.
Legend of Zelda Would You Rather questions? It does.
Holy crap, man. I'll come up with mine.
Oh, that okay. Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, this will be.
So the next game in the timeline is actually the Wind Waker, the one that you've played.
And beaten.
And what did you think about it?
I absolutely loved it.
I was about to say, if you hated it,
I thought it was the worst game of all time. That was actually the first one I played.
I believe it.
Yeah, I got my GameCube. It was like 100.
I got it. I have very vivid memories of going to my parents' friend's house and setting up my GameCube, and they're like, "Isn't that a bit ridiculous? We're only staying here for a night."
Huh.
And that's actually where I got the game, was over at their house. So they gave it to me, and I just played the crap out of it. I mean, there's footage of me playing it on my channel. Good God, man. So much Wind Waker. And I just loved it. It was one of those games that was easy enough, but still challenging.
Mhm.
Like, easy enough for a kid to play, but it still, like, had...
Yeah.
Like, that
And there
one,
was.
that one interaction scene when you have to fight the... not fight, but you have to talk to the Ritos. And they're like, Let us talk for a good 30 minutes. That's how it felt when you were a kid, at least.
Oh, the dialogue was so much.
I
Anywho.
mean, any other character was fine, but when you went to go get the delivery bag in the first dungeon, it's like, hold on, let me have a conference between these people before you can move. And Link's just like, uh-uh.
And like what was also really cool about it, but also bad was how artistic it was and like how cartoony it was really turned me on to it. But what was horrible was I couldn't go in any direction that it didn't want me to. It'd be like, nope, giant storm.
Well, that depends on what you're playing or when you're playing. After you beat all the dungeons,
Oh yeah.
you get
Then you're
you get a nice time to just explore.
But like before you beat like the first two dungeons, you're like, nope.
Oh
You
yeah.
have a
No,
path.
you're
You
very
go to the path. You do the path. You do not stray from the path, or else we will kill you with La Tornado.
you're very directed. That's true. But that's how you are in every other Zelda game. They don't let you go any other path.
But if you're gonna like introduce me to a concept of freaking here, 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 and then all of a sudden for the last dungeon you're like, go find it on your own, what the heck am I supposed to do?
Huh. That's true. I think they could have done that differently.
Or is there something that I missed? Was there actually directions to the last dungeon? I was confused
Yeah,
as a child.
people talk to you about where you need to go.
I skipped all the dialogue.
You see, this is your problem. Life isn't always gonna give you waypoints.
Dude,
That's my philosophy.
okay, legitimately, I refuse to look at walkthroughs. That is one of my philosophies. I refuse to look at walkthroughs.
I
So,
only
for
break down and look at a walkthrough if it's Zelda 2.
Okay, but I spent 5 hours just going over that sea, trying to find the dungeon.
Wow. You know, the one that was broken.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, next game of the timeline is Phantom Hourglass. Have you played it?
Yes,
Really?
on the DS.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect that.
I also played
Did
the
you beat it?
trains one.
Really?
Yeah, almost. I couldn't get past the last boss. I don't know why. I just couldn't do it.
The last boss. Bellum?
Yeah.
Did you get, what part were you at?
Where you're on the first floor.
Oh, the first phase?
Yeah.
Where he's, like, spinning around?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a lot of trouble with that too, but making a figure 8 in the shape of an hourglass was always hard for me.
My freaking DS was broken too, which was a problem.
Oh, you know what took
And
me
I c-
forever though? It took me days to figure out that for one of the puzzles you needed to close your DS.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, press the map up against the stone tablet. And I'm like, I'm pressing all the buttons. I don't know what you want me to do.
Dude,
I'm
I
gonna
figured
give
that
up.
one out.
Huh?
I figured that one out immediately. As a small
Really?
child, I don't know why, but I was like, oh,
But
obviously.
like I closed my DS to go do something else. I opened it and it was like, you did it. And I was like, what did I do?
Yeah, but
It
dude, I
didn't
don't
take me
know
till my
why.
second playthrough to figure out that you had to close it.
Yeah, but why I couldn't beat the last boss was I had a scratch in the middle of the drawing place, so I couldn't get past anything except the last part where you had to draw a figure 8 because it would never finish or connect.
Oh
Which
no.
just destroyed me, dude. I
Oh.
like was so upset for
You
like.
know, I have Phantom Hourglass. I can get you to the final boss if you want to take your victory.
I think I'd have to replay the whole game just for the experience. You know,
All right.
I really liked Phantom Hourglass.
Cool. Maybe it should be a game that you play for your channel.
Mhm. I loved it, man.
But Spirit
Anywho.
Tracks.
Spirit Tracks.
Although you didn't have the freedom of exploration, holy crap, that game was amazing.
Dude, one thing that bothered me and what got old was when you got stopped while you were going on your way.
What do you mean?
Like you know how every once in a while, like it wasn't that often, but you would get stopped mid-track by some event or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Someone wanted to talk to you, someone wanted to say something. That just annoyed the crap out of me.
I loved all the side missions and the music, holy crap. And
Mm-hmm.
and I loved the costumes and the different shields you get and just the fact that Zelda's a freaking spirit that talks to you and is your companion. I also love the fact that I had a point, trust me.
The Gorgons, once you got to the Gorgons, that was annoying or hard.
Gorons.
Gorons. That was hard for me.
Really?
So once you got to the Goron stage. Yeah, I don't know why.
It's just frustrating because you have to go around and around. But
Oh, and the
yeah.
forest. The forest puzzle where you had to go in the
Wait,
specific,
yeah, like two of them you had to go in the direction the branch pointed, but then one of them you had to go the direction the branch didn't point.
hmm
Yeah, that was awesome.
And it wasn't, oh, I liked it how it wasn't an overhead view either. It
Yeah.
was like you were in the game, you were actually a part of the spirit tracks.
Man, I really want to get that game again. I lost it
like,
somewhere, but man,
like thinking about all these old DS games, I'm like, oh my god,
I really
I
want to
still
play
have.
them.
Where's my DS?
It's at my
I think it's
house.
my DS.
Yeah,
Really?
you know the one I haven't given to you yet.
No, not that one.
I'm just
I have a
saying
DS.
you can play it on the 3DS.
Well, then that works. I just need to go find all the old games. I saw it the other day. My pack of
Well, you know
games.
they have emulators now that work for a DS like really well.
Cool.
I'll help you
Man,
get one.
Phantom Hourglass and I bought the games, so it's legal.
Oh yeah.
Right? Is that how it works?
That is how it works. If you have a game,
Okay.
then it works as a digital backup.
Okay.
The part where it's illegal is if you've never owned the game, and the parts where it's very illegal is the part where you get it and then you sell it.
Oh.
That's very illegal. That's called
Yeah, but I
copyright
have.
infringement, kids. You know, the screen that shows up before movies. Yeah.
I loved. There was this old exercise video, and he busted his own grandma because his grandma was making copies and giving it to her friends. So
What?
he jumps into the scene and is like, "Grandma, what are you doing?" Or it starts off like a cop show, and they're walking and they're like, "All right, we're about to catch the perp who's been selling all these copies." He busts in, and it's his grandma. And he's like, "Grandma." She's like, "Hey, Sonny, I'm just giving my disc to a bunch of friends. Could you help give them out?" And he's like, "No, take her away." And the cops come and take her away.
That's beautiful.
It is. Didn't motivate me to not do illegal activity. I'm pretty legal. I climbed a bridge once.
Climb
And
the
then got
bridge,
off.
you say? I'd say it's
Yeah.
about that time for Legend of Zelda Would You Rathers.
Have we gone through all the games?
Yep. Well,
Oh,
I mean, that's in the timeline. We still have a few to cover that you still haven't played. Triforce Heroes, holy crap, it's really fun. Alright, that was,
You played it?
Yeah?
Okay.
Alright, your turn.
Peter crap. We were supposed to play that together. Anywho, what are we doing?
Legend of Zelda Would You Rathers.
Oh, okay. So, which or would you rather? Which Zelda companion would you like
We're on
more?
the same page.
Yep. You said you were gonna come up with yours.
I just realized that you really don't know a lot of the references I would make.
All right, Minna or Fee.
Fi.
Damn it. Anywho,
Um,
ooh, hard question, is it? Really?
yeah. It's not hard. Even though she's super calculated and everything, she's cute.
Sexual appeal.
For, you know, like a robot spirit scientist.
All right, your turn.
Would you rather have to be stuck in a room with Tingle or Navi for an hour?
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. No!
That's
Just thinking about both of them is horrible. Tingle. I could shut him up.
what people in the comments are saying. Nice.
Dude, think about it. Navi is a fairy. You can't shut up a fairy.
Hmm.
Hey, hey, listen. Hey,
All right.
hey, listen.
Your turn.
Corbin. Daddy!
I swear to God.
Okay, did you play a lot of Star Fox as a kid?
No.
Aw, so this one doesn't apply to you. So, would you rather be stuck for a year with Fi giving advice and thoughts about things you already know better than she does, or Navi being as annoying as she is?
Well, considering it's the same question as before, I'm gonna go with the same answer, Phi. Would you rather eat an Octorok or a rupee?
Octorok.
Hmm.
Just to say I did it.
Yeah,
Who
this
would
one doesn't
kill
apply to
you? Or who would you rather you die by? Demise? Demise?
Demise.
Okay, I had it right. Or Oni?
Oni? Who's?
O-N-I.
What does the picture look like?
This weird big blue guy with really white blue hair. And yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oni. Oni.
I think it may be from another game
Yeah,
franchise.
it's from a different other. It's from another game.
Stupid would you rather questions.
They look a
All right.
lot alike.
Would you rather listen to Saria's song
No, it's my
Lost
turn.
Woods?
It's my turn.
You didn't. I thought.
Would
we
you
were
rather
giving
be
up on-
submerged in choo-choos or rupees?
Rupees? I'd be rich.
True, but you're submerged in them and can't get out.
Oh. Well, since it's all rocks and everything, there's gonna be air holes.
Yep. Also, you
So,
gotta take into consideration Link picks up rupees when he touches them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you instantly are just at the bottom of a pit.
Yep.
Super rich.
All right, go.
Anywho, would you rather listen to Saria's song Lost Woods or Song of Storms?
It really
the
depends
rest
on the
of
mood
your
I'm
life.
in, but I think
For the
Song of
rest of
Storms
your
is a
life.
jam I could get into.
For the rest of your life.
Song of Storms.
All right.
All right. Would you rather have the Goron tunic or the Zora tunic in real life, along with
Zora.
the powers?
Zora.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
All right.
Although it would be cool to, like, withstand hot climates and everything.
This is something that plays to you mainly, Corbin. And
All
this
right.
is something I know you're going to have a hard trouble picking between. Would you rather never play again Pokemon or Legend of Zelda?
Is this a joke to you? You think I treat these equally? I would never play Pokemon again.
Oh.
Come on.
I'm surprised, Corbin.
How are you surprised? Come on, seriously?
You're always talking about how you love Pokemon and Zelda. I was like,
Do I
which
have
does he love
Pokemon
more?
merchandise? Do I base everything? Is there a Pokemon month? Pokemon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I questioned the master of Zelda. Sorry.
Ugh. Would you rather have the Deku mask, the Goron mask, or the Zora mask?
Deku.
Why is that?
That would be a weird little imp thingy. Anywho, this plays to your anime side also. Would you rather live in a video game series or in a manga/anime series?
That depends on which one, seriously.
No, you get to pick which one.
Alright.
Out of
Well,
all
I
the
would
video
really
games-
love to live in Sword Art Online. But Hyrule would be cool, but I'd probably just be a peasant. I gotta go with Sword Art Online.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
Because then you can become the hero you always wanted to be. But
Yeah.
just like if you die in the game. Good choice. That's Corbin. One thing you gotta know is you need to start getting better at your combat skills.
Me get better at my combat skills?
Yes.
Said the addict.
What?
I'm just saying.
Said the addict.
Would
What
you
are you
rather be
talk-
changed into an Octorok or a Moblin for a day and live like they do?
Moblin.
Really? Yeah.
Yes. Anywho, which Legend of Zelda, which Legend of Zelda game would you rather have been erased from your, or which one can you live being erased from your life? Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time?
Well, Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask would have never been born without Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but the games are being erased from you. You never
From my
even played them,
memories?
and you never will.
As much as I love Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time is what made me into who I am today. So,
Dadgummit, that's what we have to blame. And that's the last of my questions.
would you rather that Zelda or Ganondorf never appear in another Zelda game ever again?
Is this a joke?
You have to think about how awesome of a bad guy Ganondorf is.
Wait, I have to like think about why Ganondorf should live. Basically, I could have him erased. There's no more problems in the world. I can now make out with Zelda.
Yeah, but you guys would have never met if it weren't for him, because he doesn't complete the Triforce, and if all people who are in the if all the people that are in the Triforce aren't, alive and stuff, then there would be no reason to call upon the Triforce, and then you guys would have never met. You would have just stayed in the forest.
Listen, if we have never met because of Ganondorf, then she doesn't exist.
You remember the
Without-
thing? You remember the thing where she's like, "Look at the dude with the evil eyes," and she's like,
Yeah.
You were in my dream and stuff," and you were like, "I don't believe you."
Dude, without Zelda, there is no Zelda.
True. The Legend of Gandor.
I had to say Ganondorf has to go.
All right. Because
I'll meet her
Vati's
some
still
other
there,
way.
and he's a cool bad guy. I'd like to see him in the new Zelda game, actually.
I'd love to see you in the new Zelda game.
All right. Well, that concludes our our podcast for the 30th, which is Monday. So, thank you guys for listening for, long time. Any final words?
I would just like to thank all the people that got me here to this point. All the video games I've played, and everything I've done, basically. What's really made me into who I am is this rope I'm holding.
All right. Well, thank you, Hunter, and we'll see you guys next year for Zelda
Wait,
month.
Wait,
Jeez.
wait,
What?
wait. There's one last thing that you have to decide between.
Okay.
Never playing The Legend of Zelda, or are you ready for this? You can either never play The Legend of Zelda or never play any video game but Zelda.
Is this really still a question?
Oh god, no, don't say it.
I would rather not play any video game other than Zelda.
What?
It's my childhood. I'm getting a tattoo of it on my butt.
How could you betray all the other games? Millions of people will be disappointed, Corbin.
As much as I like other games, I like Zelda more.
Wait, so you don't. Zelda is your favorite game. There's no other game that even comes close to competing with any of the Legend of Zeldas.
The Elder Scrolls series comes like maybe 2/3 away, whereas the other games. It takes second place in my top 10 games, but game franchises, but it's still not even close in comparison to Zelda. Nope.
You are one crazy Zelda fan, I will admit.
I'm wearing Zelda gloves and a Zelda watch.
I'll admit you are a crazy Zelda fan.
All right. Well, you can join this crazy Zelda fan and this not so crazy, becoming more crazy Zelda fan next year with Zelda month. But be sure to check out my channel for some of my Zelda stuff, and you can go check out his channel for whatever crap he puts on there. And I will see you guys later.
I'll make sure to put on a picture of crap for y'all guys.
You're not editing this.
No, I'm gonna post a picture of crap on my YouTube channel. 30-second video of just crap.
Or just you taking a crap. You're like, oh,
Ew.
that was a gross note to end on. All right, bye bye everyone.